right. Hi, everybody. We are the Creative Leaps team. I am Marion Haase, the music therapist.
I'm Chris Romeo. I'm also a music therapist.
I am Myles Dudley. I'm a multi-instrumentalist.
And we're just here to chat a little bit about our beginnings. It's our very first podcast, so we just want to kind of express our passions and what it is that brings us together.
Definitely.
Nothing, really. I mean...
So how to start?
Well, it started... I had Creative Leaps going. I was doing music therapy as a private practice, and suddenly I get an email requesting to have an intern. And that's when Chris comes in, and he was my intern, my very first intern. And that was very fun. And then after he finished his internship, he decided to stay on board.
Couldn't leave, Marion. No, it's just great. I learned so much from you. You're just a great mentor. And you opened my eyes to how amazing music therapy can be to the community and to everybody. So I had to stick with it. It's an awesome field.
Yeah. And also, between the two of us, we do so much musically that I feel like we wanted to expand beyond music therapy. So between Chris and I, we have a lot of different things that we've been doing outside of music therapy. I play music everywhere I go. And we have a band, right? And Chris, also, you want to talk about your musical endeavors?
Well, I've been in the opera world for the past 10 years. But through that, it's what opened my eyes to music therapy. I met a dance therapist, and she's the one who showed me the possibilities of arts and therapy. But through also that, I've been in a funk band, but I'm so happy to be a part of the Thrift Store Revolution, where I get to create original music. That's the first ever musical and ever in my life that I've been able to create original music and get to experience people's reactions to what we've created. But
right. So, yeah, Thrift Store Revolution is our band that... we call it selfish music. That's where we do our music, not music that expresses about us. And but it's also opened up avenues to meet other great musicians who are also excited about what Creative Leaps can do in the community. So we also have our drummer Alex, who is a big part of the everything we do here. And Myles, who is our trumpet player. And Myles, what do you do?
I play trumpet, and I play a lot more instruments now. We've just added the trombone to the mix. We have a saxophone coming, and we have, I play piano with the band. I was very excited to join Thrift Store Revolution, start helping bring horn parts to what they already had. And it really did seem to make the music in a way, at least that's what I feel from how they've responded to it.
Yeah.
As it's really added something that...
Totally. And I mean, not just from that, I feel like Thrift Store Revolution has become kind of a gateway to music therapy. Because I remember talking to Myles a lot, and I don't know if you had these conversations, but about and hearing his passion for music and bringing it to people's lives and just playing music, how important it is. And so once he got to see it, do you want to tell them a little bit about when you got to see some of the music therapy for the first time? And
yeah, at first I didn't even know that you started Creative Leaps. I thought it was some site somewhere that some company you worked for, and you just had this little nook here in this area. And then I found out, oh no, it's something you started. And I remember getting to know more and more about it and being more intrigued about it because of just the overlapping passion with music and how you can bring it to pretty much anyone. And so many people don't really get to experience music as music. And
no, that's one of the things I love about music therapy is music as the medium. I feel so universal to everyone. I feel like I have yet to come across a person who hates music. So even some people who might not express their love of music, you still find some kind of sound or emotion through music that can connect with
It's true,
that
yeah.
individual.
It's definitely unifies people, even just in general terms. Where I work at the hospital in the behavioral health units, and we have people ages 18 through 100, and we can all sit around a table and find the common topic of music that unifies everybody. So music definitely is a great icebreaker, is a great way to engage with others, and it's a great avenue for learning new things and just, growing. So Myles, just to go back to Myles and what he started with Creative Leaps, initially cleaning up a lot of the back end stuff, because as the sole proprietor initially, it was really hard to keep up with all of the work, not just doing the therapy, but all the administrative stuff. So he's taken on a lot of those very boring tasks.
Diving in and starting to learn what I don't know at all, but I know how to learn.
Right. And that's basically all that we're about. Like, we just learn the things that we need to learn.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So right now, what we're learning is how to become a nonprofit. And that's a big learning opportunity for us because we are going to be a nonprofit unlike any other. We're not going to be a school. We're not going to be, a charity. We're going to be specifically for wellness and therapy in the arts, which is kind of a little bit of everything, I think.
I mean, it's exciting to hopefully eventually see more of a combination of not just music, but also seeing dance come into it, or art itself, or even a mix of all that with a fitness element to it all, or just kind of wrapping it all up into a place where someone can freely experience whatever creative side they want to dive into.
No, I'm definitely excited to go nonprofit. Excited just to be able to bring way more programming to the community that we may not have been able to do in the past.
Yeah, I mean, we've been able to do a lot of great things, but it's limited to only those who can afford it. And it really breaks my heart to have to turn people away because of costs.
Yes.
And to be able to access people, I've been able to work through government programs in other states where I can access people who would otherwise never even touch an instrument, especially kids with special needs or adults with special needs. So one of the things I wanted to share, just some of the things that we have been doing so far. Chris is starting, you'll be seeing some of our short little video blogs, and Chris is starting a vocal series, but it stems from a program that he's been managing in Sarasota. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure, I have a program down in Sarasota at the Parkinson place we call Vocal Power, and it's geared towards strengthening, coordinating, and strengthening their voice to help them preserve it and allow them to strengthen it, to express themselves, and just to understand how the proper voice works. So I hope I keep giving them just all the knowledge so they can then articulate it to other people and just completely learn how to utilize their voice properly.
And we hope to bring those programs to St. Pete and Tampa and just more areas of town as we become a nonprofit. Right now they have a limited budget and they were able to fit us in as a for-profit company, but being nonprofit opens more avenues for us to serve the community here, the Parkinson's community, the stroke and TBI community, the mental health community. Just there's so many other communities that we really can service, and we're so excited.
And I know from even helping out in that program that afterward, after doing the exercise and being a visual example at times, you can feel the effects of the positive effects just in yourself from breathing better. You almost feel like you're walking straighter and breathing deeper and kind of activate your mind. So it's good for pretty much anyone at any point in their life, at any point in time.
Yeah.
No, just having the knowledge at any point in your life will definitely help you down the road, if unfortunately if something were to, Parkinson's disease were to happen to you, or just as age sets in, just having the knowledge of how to utilize the voice properly will benefit anybody.
Anybody or singers can look at the therapy component, because there are singers who end up going to speech and language pathologists for vocal nodes or different things that might happen to them, but sometimes SLPs might not have the musical knowledge necessary to give them guidance. So that's where music therapists would come in. Now, we don't work specifically with musicians, but we do have a little the expertise where we can help musicians in ways that other disciplines might come short. But we definitely focus more on the population at large, everyone else, the whole lifespan, like Myles was saying, just from the NICU all the way to end of life care. And it's so cool. We just can't stop. And we're always talking about it. I always tell people, don't ask me about music therapy because I won't stop talking.
And circling back to Thrift Store Revolution, it's becoming more of an extension of Creative Leaps' voice in a way. And
yeah, we feel like we can use our own music to provide music in different charity events, or to reach out to the community, even the band community out there who we meet. We've met so many bands out there that have such huge hearts and really no place to put their love, no place to really give back to the community. And I feel like we could probably bridge that gap with Creative Leaps and Thrift Store Revolution.
Absolutely.
We're already going to play our next gig with the Autism Awareness Shop.
Right, yes. We have a gig for a fundraiser event for Autism Awareness Shop. And speaking of Autism Awareness Shop, we'll be starting some programs, some vocational training. So adults in any special needs area, generally as people grow out of the school age range, they lose a lot of benefits from the government, or they lose a lot of access to different things. There's a lot of push for early intervention in a lot of these things. So most of the funding and a lot of the programs that are coming up are for younger kids. But we have the aging population, and we have the adult population with special needs that are not being prepared for life, to get a job, to express themselves, to look at what their passions might be, and just kind of delve into life on their own as adults. So we are really trying to cater to that community right now, and Autism Awareness Shop that's exactly what they're doing with autism. So we're excited to start with them. They completely understand what we're doing, and which is a very good step forward. It opens up a lot of doors. So very exciting.
No, I'm really excited about your idea, Marion, about the vocational training for them. I mean, I think that's such a important thing. There's very few programs that train special needs adults for jobs for later, or maybe the jobs that they do think about that are appropriate for them are very small, the amount of types of jobs.
It's a very narrow library of jobs that they can get, usually in retail or things online. But as we know, we've all encountered individuals with special needs who are very musically inclined, or that have very their attention to detail is amazing, and how they can put away instruments, or how they can their ability to learn how to take apart and put together an instrument and take care of equipment, or listen to specific sounds when recording.
Even routines,
being very specific about routines. And just because they might not have the ability to be in a social context that most musicians are in, which I'd like to say, most musicians do have some social barriers themselves, but these kids that are now adults, they may lack the social abilities or that necessary to sell themselves, but they have more than enough abilities to do the job. So giving them an option in the arts is just amazing. I just want to plug Creative Clay, for example. They are a nonprofit that provides vocational training in the arts, visual arts.
Visual art, okay.
And their program is amazing because they teach them how to manage their money, how to sell their art, how to market themselves, how to speak about their art. And we can kind of piggyback that idea
Definitely.
within the music aspect, whether it's recording or performance or
Managing equipment.
right, managing equipment, or even just management like scheduling and booking and all of those things. There's so many jobs in the music field, and that
Sure.
could be meaningful. So anyway, well, it just kind of wraps up a little bit of what we are, what we do, what we like, what we're passionate about. We'll just talk here forever about all these things. I'm just looking forward to whatever we can do and we as Creative Leaps, I like to say that we just are ready to customize any program for anyone, anywhere. Thanks for listening. We are Creative Leaps. We're looking forward to future podcasts.